They're making a big deal about the escalator and the teleprompter at the United Nations. Did you see that, Taylor?
I did, and I saw differing reports where like some UN employees like joked about it beforehand, and then other people were like, "No, that's not the case." And I really didn't. Oh, so that was true.
Yeah, the Secret Service is investigating.
Well, that's pretty unprofessional. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Obama or Trump? Don't you play fucking jokes on our president? You are all vassal states of us, and you need to realize that fully and entirely.
If they actually fucked with him on the escalator, I don't like it. I don't like Trump, but he's still my president, and he shouldn't be mocked and made fun of overseas like that. The explanation I saw, maybe I just bought it as a fool, was that the escalator had some sort of safety feature. If someone's falling or whatever, that it stops. And there was a videographer in front of Trump standing backwards that caused it to stop. Is it true? That's what I read. I don't know.
Yeah. And then the teleprompter wouldn't work. His speech was like, I show up here to the UN. The elevators don't work. The teleprompters don't work. The UN doesn't work. Your countries are going to hell. Immigration is running rampant.
The mixed nuts in the waiting area, in the green room, they were all peanuts. Someone had either picked out the cashews or they were never there in the first place. I'm telling you, people.
RFK's in there licking
that.
fingers. A pocket full of peanuts.
But he did seemingly get the last laugh where he's like, oh, the teleprompter's not working? Well, prepare to be waterboarded with just a 40-minute speech. Oh, you prank me? I'm gonna go on an off-the-cuff 40-minute speech. Oh, that is such a funny way to handle that.
Our teleprompters that I swear I've seen Trump complain about his teleprompters 100 times. He is constantly complaining that there's something wrong with his teleprompter. I'm like, does he A, make it up and just blame his speech on the teleprompter, or B, are the teleprompters in Trump's world just consistently unreliable?
I'd blame him for it, but the fact that they like stopped the elevator on him seemingly, or escalator rather, like that makes it seem believable.
It wasn't
maybe they fucked with it.
It wasn't like going too slow or too fast or showing the wrong thing. It wasn't on. It didn't work.
It was on, and then they stepped on, and it went.
Yeah, they got up like
immediately.
I'll make it up 2.5 feet or something, and then it stopped.
Yeah. But either way, I don't need these Europeans.
The United Nations is in New York, right?
Either way, it was the Europeans laughing.
Those dirty European New Yorkers.
It was probably some German guy who did it, so we can still blame some Austrian
for no reason.
For no reason. Yeah, I don't know. That is, I did laugh at that when people were like, they canceled his. Like I saw some like way too pro-Trump people being like, and then he went off on a great speech, and it's like, well, I'm not going to fucking waste 45 minutes listening to his like. The only thing that would be funnier than him doing that is if he like took the mic out of the stand and starts like walking back and forth like a stand-up while he's doing it. He's like leaning on his stool.
I would like that.
That would be funny.
For the excuse. But I had a third one. But anyway, if the next one comes along and they have the ability to do some sort of nuclear related strike, I don't know that we can trust them to hold back. Maybe I'm just knee-jerk anti-Trump and I need to think that through, but I'm like, there hasn't been any evidence that it worked, and there hasn't been any evidence it didn't work. They just claimed success and planted the flag 30 seconds after the bomb fell, and I'm like, we've never had an administration who's a bigger liar than this one.
I don't know,
record-breaking.
We had a pretend president for 4 years that everyone ran cover.
Did you see he replaced this photo?
That's pretty immature.
There's a whole like bank of photos of all the presidents at the White House, from beginning to end, I'm sure. But at the end of it, when it gets to Biden's photo has been replaced with a photograph of an auto pen signing Biden's name. Like a really well done and framed like photo. Like
it was well composed. But it's pretty.
It's so petty.
Gauche. It's petty.
So petty.
Trump still I love this day is claiming he had stage 9 cancer. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Why can't he ever say something remotely true? Right? Why does it have to be stage 9 cancer? Why does it have to be 600 million people dying a year to drugs?
Only
and I'm like,
3.
Do you ever say anything true?
Don't exaggerate.
What did he say? 300 million?
No, it's a joke. Like he's clearly exaggerating, so it's
Oh,
like
okay.
it's fair game for you to exaggerate. But he said 300 million died, or
Oh, okay.
his
300
his
million a
numbers
year
are
were
always
dying to
There-
gobbledygook.
drugs.
He can't read. I've seen like in the last week he was at that royal dinner and he was bragging about he's always bragging about how we're the hottest country. That's his new thing, and how he's solved every major conflict in the world except for the big one that matters, or the two big ones that matter, where like people are being
He
massacred
gets
daily.
the countries wrong. When
That's
he's
what I was gonna
when he
say. He said
okay, I'm
he
sorry.
goes to read at first of all, he hasn't memorized his speech. He appears to be reading it for the first time ever, right? He's just like, and he's like at a dinner standing, and the King of England is looking up at him like, "Oh, why did we invite him again?" And he's just like, "I solved the war between Azerbaijan. Oh, hang on now, Azerbaijan and Albania." And it's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Those aren't the countries.
That
It's
could have been a
Azerbaijan
brand new
and
conflict that we didn't
Armenia.
even know about.
He called Armenia Albania, and it's written in front of him. If he'd be going from memory, I could understand that kind of a brain flub. They sound a little bit alike, and if you're not actually familiar with the geography there, makes sense that you'd flub that.
You should be
Then this
familiar though.
that she should be so familiar because he solved the wars there, right? But then
Right.
this week he's exposing Tylenol for causing autism, and he can't.
Mm.
And you would think that if he's going out to do a press conference about how acetaminophen causes autism in pregnant women, and it's this huge discovery, and he's going to brag about it, it's going to be a pillar of his medical breakthroughs that he's bringing. RFK has spearheaded this shit.
Mhm.
That he would at least know the word acetaminophen. He is trying to read acetaminophen off of this piece of paper, and he goes, aceto. Hang on a minute. He literally goes, hang on a minute here.
Does he really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
he
you
has a
didn't see this?
full blown
No.
like
Kyle told
breakdown
me he
with
made
the
a full
word
impact
acetaminophen.
announcement.
And if he had given, my problem isn't that he can't read that word or that he's not familiar with that word when it's clearly something that he's pretending that he is familiar with and knows about, because he's about to give medical advice about acetaminophen and he can't pronounce the word. My issue really isn't with any of that. There was no effort put into this before he walked into that room. He didn't
Mhm.
even bother to like glance at his notes that I'm sure a pro handed to him. Hey, what's this word here? How do I say that? I don't want to look stupid out there. I'm pretending to be an expert. Let's make sure I know how to say the word. Say it for me slowly. And even if he wasn't a boomer, you can like Google how to pronounce acetaminophen, and the little voice will acetaminophen, and you could even go slower. Like
Isn't
he
it
can't figure-
largely phonetic too, other
It's
than
very-
CET?
It's phonetic, but I could see myself struggling on that word when I was 11 years old. So
But he didn't put that effort into it. He doesn't pre-read his notes before he goes out there. He must take it as a point of pride that he goes off of the seat of his pants, or he's just incredibly incompetent. It's
I
one
think
or the
he's
other.
lazy. I think he just doesn't put effort into things, doesn't try as hard as we wish he did.
I think
And
he's
I've
lazy.
always known he
Yeah.
does. Like he hasn't pre-read these speeches because he'll be like, "Yeah, we got Iran. That's a good point. That one. Yeah, we got him good on that." And then he'll like keep reading. He ad libs and adds his own shit along the way. Like he's reading this for the first time.
Yeah,
He's
his
learning
ad
with
libs.
us.
His ad libs learning with us. Yeah, his ad libs at least used to be like funny, but now it's just the energy, that spark, just not there, not there at all. And then I
You see him at the
don't
UN?
want to be ageist, but perhaps we take a little foray as a nation away from 80-year-olds after this.
Oh, look at Taylor. All of a
little-
sudden, he's had an
little-
inkling that maybe 80's too old. Right
Mhm.
after Trump tweets this pro-Ukrainian tweet. Do we see a connection here? Maybe. Oh, I think so. We used to joke about how many countries the United States was bombing, at any one time. I saw some quote in a movie one time, and I'm sure it was accurate. And they were like, at any one time, we're bombing 13 countries across the planet. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's insane. That we're really. How many is Israel bombing right now? There's only 9.5 million Israelis in that little bitty skinny country, and it seems like they are waging a global war against everyone.
To the
It,
Qatar, Lebanon,
yeah, Syria,
Syria.
Iran.
We left out Palestine, Iran.
It's not a country.
Well, how do you name it then?
No,
Palestine. We
it's-
name it Israel 2.
Okay.
We name it. We name it
We'll
Beachfront
just
Property
call what
2027.
what the ancient Romans did, Palestina.
That sounds feminine.
Yeah. It is a little gay. They don't get bullied enough for that. But yeah, and the only reason we're
I
not
think they
still
do.
hitting Afghanistan and Iraq is because they were already handled. So like it was kind of like
He wants to go back into Afghanistan, right? Get the airport, send it back to the people that originally made it, which is Russia.
The Soviets built it back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Well, then it's
Soviets built
probably a
it, but Trump thinks
terrible
we did.
airport that needs replaced anyway.
I mean,
better than any other of the airports that they have in Afghanistan, I would imagine.
That's
The Wright
actually
brothers
true.
would be like, "Whoa, a little bumpy out here. Is that a body?"
The Afghanis are still at that stage of flight where it's like a guy pulling a lever and it's like a big spiral.
Everyone claps when the plane makes it into the air.
Or when it's like a guy in that plane where it's got 15 sets of wings because the guy was like, he only did the lift calculation per wing and he's like, this flight shit's easy. And just adds enough wings to create lift.
Remember when they were hanging onto our planes when we were like
yeah,
running out of there and they were falling off the wings of the plane?
That's on them.
Shit.
They
Oh,
had
100%
they
on
had
them.
seen enough planes to know what's up.
the plane itself is up.
Yeah.
That was fucked up. That was wild to see. It looked like
Those guys
like
need
a
to
scene in
stick
a
to their
zombie
jungle
movie.
gyms. They're mean on the monkey bars.
They've been
dude.
training it wings for 5 years.
Have you ever seen Taliban guys playing Foursquare? Woo! You know what's up?
Do you think we'll go back into it? We won't go back.
No.
into
No, we
Afghanistan.
won't go
I
back
think
into
it's a
Afghanistan.
major
We
effort
don't.
to mobilize, get that done.
Yeah, we're roundly hated there.
I think it's way more likely that we invade Venezuela than Afghanistan. I would give it a 20% chance that we are actually going to go to war with Venezuela.
Trump
They've
is
just
somehow. I'm sorry you were talking, but like he vibes gorilla to me, right? Like he beats his chest and he runs up to you, but he doesn't attack.
I thought you were saying gorilla as if he was like,
like
secret and tactical, and I'm like, I don't get that vibe. I get very loud and bombastic. Like that's what he does.
He's killed a lot of people though. He's bombed a lot of Iranians. He killed that Iranian general with the Ninja missile back in the day. He killed that. There's that one that Shane Gillis tells the story about the guy that they sent the dogs and the robot in to kill. Shane Gillis, Trump's making fun of him. He's like he cried like a little girl. He died like a coward, like a dog. And Shane Gillis is like, they sent in attack dogs and a robot. I'd be fucking scared too, bro.
Yeah, who wouldn't be scared?
He's hilarious. The way he empathizes with the bad guys. He's like, that's real. That's real. That's scary shit. Like the Americans, they're cold. They're like,
and also like you watch that speech from Trump, and it is an all-time funny Trump speech. Like I don't know if there is a funnier speech of him. Like the Trump speech is funnier than the Shane Gillis reenactment of it because it's so crazy that he's like learning in real time, doing his like just walked in, gave it a once over on the outline, and then he's like discovering things as he's reading.
Saw it. He's sort of like telling you what he'd been in the Situation Room. I'm sure you've seen it. And they get to watch those SEAL raids and stuff almost live, like it's a video game. And so he got to watch all that shit go down. And then he's right out in front of the cameras, seemingly within an hour or less. And he's just like, I just seen some shit, y'all. Like, we got this guy, and stumbles over his name, an evil man, a monster. And he's like breaking it down. The dogs, beautiful dogs. That's one of his greatest speeches for sure.
It's hilarious. And we will never get that guy again because he's fucking 80 and he's phoning it in.
Rejuvenated. Like I feel like if he gets another war going, like if he goes in there and he mud stomps Venezuela,
rejuvenated. He's gonna be more tired than ever.
Dude, what if he showed up wearing a general's outfit like once the war starts?
Well, I wouldn't. You're thinking of Nancy Mace.
What?
No, Christy.
What if he showed up? What if he
what I'm
showed
going
up
for.
like in a full fucking like uniform, like an admiral or some shit? Like he had the Captain Crunch hat on and everything. He sort of dusts it off, sits it on the podium.
That can be kind of funny.